All right, so this thing right here that you're looking is a maximum efficiency factory. This is producing a total of 12 batteries per minute and 6 Yajin syringe per minute as well. This is using all of our available Cuprium. This is using all of the available Xiranite as well. So this basically means that if you're planning to use your Xiranite for any component production or your Cuprium as well to get some of the new gear, you won't be able to because there's simply no more Cuprium in this world. There's simply no more Xiranite as well because everything is being used right here. If you want to have some spare resources and like you just started Wuling or something in the version 1.1, then I highly recommend to use my previous base, the video that I posted, where it's just a starter hub, much less efficient than this one, but it produces a little bit of everything. We have the parts, we have the components as well, just a little bit of everything, so you can at the very least have something. This blueprint right here is for those players that already maximize everything. They're not going to craft anything new anymore, and they just want to get all of the possible stock builds for the version 1.1, because the moment that you upgrade your outpost to level 3, you can see right here, you can start selling this new battery, you can start selling Yajin syringe as well, and it gives a lot of extra stock builds. If you're still looking to get some gears and other stuff, do not use this one because you won't have Xiranite anymore, okay? So if you're here just for the blueprint, well, it's on the description. However, I highly recommend you to at the very least watch how to set up this blueprint, because there's some important notes and some other stuff about how this blueprint works. Okay, so we're going to destroy everything here, and I forgot to set up power. Again, per usual, I always do this on my videos, oh my god. There are a few things that you need to keep in mind before starting placing this blueprint. Is that you need to unlock pretty much all of the 1.1 tech tree. And well, this is going to increase the amount of Xiranite you can get. Hydromining is going to let you mine Cuprium. Liquid refining allows you to refine it. Water treatment unit deals with the waste that refining Cuprium is going to produce. And conduits is kind of an extra. You don't necessarily need this one, but it allows you to set up some better, nice looking stuff, you know. So I like conduits. We are using on this blueprint, but it's not required, and I'm going to show you where you can just remove it if you don't like it. Regional development level should be at level 7 at the bare minimum, which is not something really hard if you're playing the game. And the reason for this is simply because we need the mineral purity increase from milestone 7. After milestone 7, we don't have any mineral purity increase on Chimbo Stockade, only on Wuling City, as you can see right here. Okay, and on top of this, you also, of course, need to mine every single Cuprium node for a total of 2 Cuprium per second. You can see right here on Chimbo Stockade, you have 6 nodes right here, 3 high purity, 3 low purity, and then down here you also have another 2, 1 high purity, 1 low purity. Once you get everything, this is going to be a total of 120 per minute, and you need every single one of these to make this factory, this blueprint, work at maximum efficiency. On top of this, you're also going to need around 3.7 thousand power, 3700 power on your factory. This is assuming, of course, other facilities that you probably have set up, mining everything, and of course your Xiranite production as well. It's not that only this blueprint is going to consume 3.7. No, it's actually going to consume around 1.5, I believe. All right, so as long as you have extra 1.5, you should be fine. And then you also need, of course, to set up your Xiranite production. This video is not going to cover this one. However, there are blueprints available also down in the description in case you need some Xiranite production as well. And on top of this, you also need sand leaf. I know that there are a lot of players that like to use the plant machines and the seed picking machines in the middle of the production lines. I personally don't, which is why I have them set up here in the corner and feeding up everything to the automation core, and then I just pull up from the depot. Okay, so once you have everything ready, okay, you start by placing the 4 liquid Xiranite right here in any corner, pretty much. All right, well, I like using this side of the map because it's closer to water, and then I can just pull up the pump right here. You're going to need to connect a total of 4 water pipes, which means a total of 8 water pumps. Even though we're not fully using this water because of a small mistake here in the calculation, TLDR, this blueprint was actually made for a total of 24 Yajin syringe per minute. However, I realized that we don't have such amount of Cuprium in the world, And well, it is what it is. So one water pipe is going on the top right here, this one on the side. All the other three is like really easy for you to spot. You just need to plug them, and there you go. The only weird ones, this one right here in the top. All right, so once you set up everything, the water is going on here, and then you just set up your Yajim seeds or plants right here, so you can get all the seeds that you need. All right, so this is going to start rolling and producing both liquid Xiranite and the Yajin solution at the same time. Okay, using every single one of these slots. After this, you go and place the zircon, which is also including everything related to Cuprium. So right here, you're going to notice that the water is going to start filling these machines. And there is a small thing, is that right at the beginning, these two machines, they are not going to work at full efficiency. They're going to work a little bit and stop, work a little bit and stop. There's nothing wrong with this. It's just that the water gives priority for this machine right here. You're going to see that this is getting like a lot of extra water, more than it's using, right? And every single one of these uses 0.5, which means a quarter of a half pipe, okay? And this is assuming, of course, that you have two pumps and they are both pumping to the same pipe. But these two, they are like lower on the priority, and because of this, they are going to stop a little bit. If you don't like this, you want things to work at maximum efficiency right now, what you can do is simply stop these refining units. This way, the water is just going into these machines. They are going to get filled up with water. And after you have enough water on these machines, you can just turn them on, and they are only going to consume 0.5 water per second. So this is just a small issue at the beginning of the production. It's not an issue with the blueprint. It's not going to give you any problems with the sewage, anything at all. All right. That being said, we have the same situation right here. These two are like higher priority than these two. And because of this, the sewage is going to make these two work normally as soon as possible. And then these two are going to have some small hiccups here and there. Once again, not an issue because of the ratios. Is simply an issue because of the way the fluids work here and the way that the fluids are being split. Once you have enough sewage right here, nothing is going to stop, so you don't need to worry about this. By now, I'm pretty sure that we have max water right here. Yeah, you can just start turning on as soon as these first two have enough water. And then they are not going to stop anymore. One thing that you need to manually do is set up the conduit, this one right here. All right, so connect this one into the liquid Xiranite that is available right here. If you don't want to use conduits, what you can do is simply pull up the pipe all the way here from the outside and connect right here. Okay, the problem why I decided to not do this is simply because if I did this, you cannot use this blueprint like right here on this spot that we're doing. I would need to move everything down one block because blueprints can only be placed inside of the AIC, you see? So I much rather leave the conduit right here. If you don't like it or if you don't want to use it, just pull the pipe all the way here from the outside and connect it right here. All right, so while this is filling up with sewage, let's set up the remaining blueprint, and this one is really straightforward. This goes right here in the corner. I know the right unloader looks really ugly. It is what it is. I was not going to set up another depot bus just because of a single unloader here on the left side. All right, so yeah, that's the only reason why this loader is like this. Okay. That being said, this is like really straightforward. Just drop them right here in the bottom part of the depot bus, and it's going to work by itself right now. One thing that I want to say is that this right here is using 2 thermal banks. You don't need that much energy. This is actually definitely a waste of energy, waste of batteries. However, I am lazy, and a single thermal bank is not producing enough energy for us. As you can see right here, we're using 3.51, and this is without turning on these two, which is going up another 200, so 371 energy once everything is on, see? So a single battery here is only going to give 3200. You need a little bit of extra energy. You could use purple batteries if you want to. I am not going to do this because I always forget to transfer my batteries here to Wuling, and because of this, I would much rather just waste one battery but never worry about power ever again. This is like personal preference. If you want to save some batteries, go ahead and remove one of these thermal banks. If you don't mind wasting one battery for some extra comfort and never worrying about power anymore, then just leave the thermal bank right there, where you're consuming a total of 2 batteries. So this is technically only giving you 10 batteries per minute instead of 12. But yeah, that's it. Once everything here is working, all right, all your fluids are working, everything here is just going to work by itself. You don't need to worry about anything. This tank right here is just for an emergency, especially right now in the beginning, because instead of like turning off the machine, you can just use the fluid tank to fill up some sewage right here, and then this is going to have a buffer for all these machines. But you actually don't even need this fluid tank because we are using perfect numbers right here on the sewage management. Because the TLDR, just explain for you in case you want to do some stuff yourself, all right? These 4 right here, they produce a total of 2 sewage per second. This is 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. And these reactor right here, they also consume 0.5 to produce the zircon stuff, both the inert and the zircon effluent at the same time. And then these 2 right here, they produce 0.5. So basically speaking, I have 2 plus 1, 3, and then here we have minus 2. So in total, we only need to treat a total of 1 sewage per second. So this is why we have 2 water treatment units right here, and then here we have another 4 for the inert zircon that is simply not used so far in the game. In the future, it's likely that we're going to use this, probably mix up with Cuprium powder, because we have the formula for Cuprium powder, but there's simply no use right now. You can see right here, you can shred the Cuprium itself, like the refined one, and you get Cuprium powder. However, there's no use for Cuprium powder. So probably in the future version, we are going to use this inert zircon with some other material, and we're going to have more fluids to work in the next update. Hope so. I don't know. But anyway, it's not that hard setting up all the ratios and everything for the liquids and stuff. It's just mostly about the buffer, the initial buffer that you need. You can see right here, this is not going down. It's always going to be at 45, 46, 46, 45. See, it's not going down. The moment that you have an initial buffer, everything is just going to work. It's not going to, oh, I need to set up again, I need to pause everything again. No, never. Only thing that you need to keep in mind is if you need Xiranite or Cuprium for anything else, including your gear, then you're going to need to pause this stuff. All right, so you're going to need to turn off some of these machines to make sure that you're going to have some Xiranite and Cuprium available to craft your gears, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, I hope this video and this blueprint can help you maximize your profits with the version 1.1. Get your stock builds, buy everything in the shop every single week. And that's it, I guess. I'm pretty sure that there's still some room for optimization here and there, especially in the space, but it's working, all right? I'm happy. I like it. Like, I know that this could be much better, but it looks really cool. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it like this. Anyway, if you have any issues with this blueprint, or you just have any question about Endfield in general, then feel free to leave that in the comments down below, or also join my Discord server. I'm much more active over there, and you can just send a message over there, and I'm going to try to reply you as soon as possible. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are. See you next time.